You know why pirates never take women on their voyages but always take a few crows? Because during the long and boring voyage, women will become the object of competition among the lonely crew, thus affecting the internal unity. The crows, on the other hand, could have saved the lives of the entire ship at a critical moment. Just a few days earlier, Ragnar had gathered 20 young men to plunder the West. But in those days, when there was no compass, no one knew if there was a country in the West, only rumors of beautiful landscapes and gold. It was for such an unrealistic dream that Ragnar took the risk of never returning to the unknown West. Of course, Ragnar wasn't just passionate and unprepared. At noon, he placed a disc called a sundial in the water. It's well known that the shadows are the shortest at noon, and this is a sundial that identifies the direction of the voyage based on the length of the shadows, as long as the shadow was on the first circle. It meant that the ship was heading west. Otherwise, the ship had to be redirected. The clever Vikings had a knack for it, but they were just a drop in the ocean in the face of nature. At night, the winds blow and the lightning flashes. To avoid being sunk by the waves, they had to lower the sails and push the oars to keep going. It was a night of storms and waves. But the Viking warriors were undaunted by these trials. The next day, the storm finally ended, but the fog filled the sea, blocking out the sky and giving visibility to less than 50 meters. This meant that the sundial was no longer useful. Ragnar hoped for his heliotrope, but what good was it if he couldn't see the sun? At the end of the day, the aimless crew began to curse Ragnar in frustration. Ragnar would not let this pessimism spread. He went straight to the man and stabbed him in the throat. All we could do was to hope for the two crows. Crows are one of the smartest birds. If they are released at sea and don't find a place to land, they will fly back, and once they find land, they won't fly back. This is how they can tell if there's land nearby. Hours passed and Ragnar prayed that the crows would not come back, but the next moment there was a bird's cry in the sky.